online is SharePoint. I referred to earlier, MOS 2007 is what is the platform that we're based on right now in the cloud. And right now in the cloud is AMP 2010. So, powerful business collaboration platform, hosted and managed by Microsoft. Standard infrastructure, so you can rapidly deploy the solutions around SharePoint Online. We have a broad partner ecosystem. Partners like Cloud.wmv can help you design, develop information and workflows and custom development on-premise that's transferable to an online environment. And we have deep Office integration, whether it's Outlook integration, SharePoint lists, contacts. There's all sorts of examples of Office integration, from not just Outlook, but to Excel, Word, PowerPoint, OneNote, etc. Subscription-based, so this is important. So on a per user, per month basis, you're going to have a fixed charge per person accessing information. So we can help you adapt to your growth patterns. We're not going to charge you for services you're not using, first of all. So if you purchase services, you can purchase 10 users to start out. And once you've made that purchase, you can add additional users as needed throughout the year. And with our subscription being a one-year subscription, those additional users that are added will be co-terminants with the original order. That makes it really simple to manage your subscription. You don't have multiple subscriptions to manage over the course of the year if you've added new. So what customers, or why are customers considering SharePoint Online versus SharePoint on-premise today? Really, a big portion of the customers that have moved to SharePoint Online today were customers that were looking at SharePoint. So whether they were on WSS or they even had purchased SharePoint but have never deployed, this was for them a great first step to getting on SharePoint Online and starting to use the document management tools, starting to use some of the workflows that are available, and working with partners like Cloud to develop around SharePoint Online to allow them to start using the service right away. It's an affordable alternative to on-premises. So at the end of the day, when you talk cloud versus on-premise, it's not only how secure is it, but it's also a big financial consideration for the business. If I need the latest and greatest, if I can't afford to buy the hardware necessary for the latest software, or I just don't have the time for deployment. You know what? My IT people are up to their ears in the project focused on the business already. I don't have time to deploy. Then, as we talked about earlier, you can deploy SharePoint Online really quickly. It's really working with Cloud to find out what you can do with SharePoint Online today. What's going to make the most sense for your business? What can they help you build with SharePoint Online today that can help your business and help you get the most value out of the service? Then lastly, this idea of a hybrid, so complementing your existing on-premises deployments. If you already have deployed older versions of SharePoint or even MOS 2007, this is an opportunity to deploy something quick, maybe a secure project-specific infrastructure play. Give an example, a customer that already has SharePoint deployed across the nation. They had a research and development team that needed SharePoint Online, or they needed a SharePoint functionality that they would have had to go through IT, had something built out. It would have taken them months. They needed that right now. They're able to stand up SharePoint Online, access, secure access through SharePoint Online sign-in. So it's outside of corporate IT. IT's blessing. It's outside of corporate IT, without the requisite infrastructure. Stand it up in 2 days, build out what they needed, and start collaborating together, start using it in 3 to 4 days. So it's something that you can see really quick and then secure. Collaboration with partners, maybe something set up outside of the corporate SharePoint to allow collaboration with customers. So let's talk a little bit more about this power of choice. So this on-premise versus online hosting idea. So I'm not saying that choice is going to promise a lack of complexity, but what I am saying is to give you deployment choices now, for you to choose where dedicated to a private cloud, you have some choices now with where you deploy your infrastructure. So before we talk too much further, I want to talk about this private cloud, SharePoint Online Dedicated. So this service is designed for customers typically. It says here on our deck 5,000 seats and more. We've really seen it optimized financially for companies 20,000 seats. This is dedicated hosting and co-location, for lack of a better term. So dedicated hardware, not multi-tenant, not virtualized. Well, it could be virtualized, but dedicated hardware for you as a customer. Outsourced IT management. So you're going to have Microsoft, Cloud outsourced as your IT management of that infrastructure. It's going to be hosted within a Microsoft data center, and it's very customized. So it's your own environment. It's really taking a snapshot of your current infrastructure environment and then replicating what you can build out in your data center with new hardware and new software. Once that's deployed, that new hardware and software is deployed, then you enjoy that per head per month charge. But really, it can be quite expensive to not only replicate that hardware and software, but also the professional services that go around building out that infrastructure in that private cloud situation. This can be quite expensive. So that's really where you start seeing the scale of a customer make more sense as they go further and further up scale to replace infrastructure with moving into a full co-location type offering of Microsoft. Then in the middle, you see SharePoint Online Standard, which is what I've been talking about. It's multi-tenant, shared hardware, so it's a virtualized environment, thousands and thousands of servers. I think the last number I heard was we deployed about 10,000 servers per month, which is arguably larger than the topology of most companies. Most large companies were deploying that many servers per month. Again, outsourced IT management, whether it's through Cloud or contacting Microsoft, we are managing that infrastructure, hosted within Microsoft data centers. Really, from a SharePoint perspective, this is where you're going to see the biggest difference between on-premise and cloud. It's going to be this idea of customization. We don't allow custom code in our public cloud at this point. So we're talking about May 2010 calendar year. We do not allow custom code in SharePoint Online. So that really starts to limit what you can do from a customization standpoint in our public online standard cloud. But as we get to 2010 later on, we'll talk about some things we're doing to address that and make it more customization friendly. And really, SharePoint Online Standard is optimized for companies with 5 or more seats. So from a really small SMB, if you will, to the mid-market, this is an ideal solution. But can we support customers larger? Absolutely. We have customers with tens of thousands of seats on SharePoint Online today. And then lastly, there's probably no need to really talk about on-premise. This is where Microsoft's focus was energy over the last 15 years, building credibility and success within the enterprise. Hard-earned credibility and success, but nonetheless, we have that experience. That's one of our biggest differentiators between us and our software as a service competitors, that we can offer this truly unique